So this is question number 11 of GATE 2021 Metallurgical Engineering, which carries 1 mark. The question tells, for a zero order chemical reaction, which of the following is false? Option A, concentration versus time plot is a straight line. Option B, increase in concentration of reacting species increases the rate of reaction. Option C, half-life depends on the initial concentration of zero order rate constant. And the last option, rate of reaction depends on temperature. So to understand the detailed concept behind this problem, you can refer NPTEL course Mode 1 Lecture 1 on rate processes by Professor M. Haldar, Department of Chemistry, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. So before solving this, let us first understand what is meant by zero order reaction. Zero order reaction is the one whose rate is independent of reactant concentration. Now, let us assume that this A is getting transformed into a product. So, the rate of reaction, if you write as a dA, that is concentration of A upon dt with a minus sign because A is a reactant here, will be equal to K into concentration of A to the power 0 because it is a zero order reaction. So finally it will be equal to K. Now the K which is shown here is a rate constant of the reaction. So if you further try to simplify it, you can write minus dA upon dt is equal to K. Now upon rearranging it, you can write dA on the left side and K dt on the right side, and then you can integrate both sides from concentration of A, which is varying from A0 to A, and the time which is varying from 0 to t. So upon integrating, we will get A is equal to A0 minus KT. So A here is the concentration of A at any time t, and A0 here is the concentration of A at t is equal to 0. Now coming to the options which is given us, in that it is asked about the half-life. Half-life is nothing but when half of the reactants are reacted. So till that time, whatever time you get, that is called as half-life of the reaction. So at half-life, the concentration of reactant, which is A here, will be equal to the initial concentration by 2, which is A0 by 2. So in the earlier equation, if you put A is equal to A0 by 2 and T is equal to T half, you will get T half is equal to initial concentration of the reactant upon 2K. So this will be the T half. So you can clearly see that half-life of the reaction for a zero order, it depends on the initial concentration of the reactant as well as the rate constant. Now, if you try to plot the graph between concentration versus time, you will get a straight line which will look like this, like y is equal to mx plus c. And on the other hand, if you try to plot rate versus time graph, it will have a line which will be parallel to the time axis. So the rate won't be changing with the time, it will be constant like this. Now coming to the effect of temperature on the reaction rate. So the effect of temperature on reaction rate can be calculated using Arrhenius type expression, which says K is equal to A exponential minus EA upon RT, where A is pre-exponential constant and EA is the activation energy, R is the gas constant, and T is the absolute temperature. So we can clearly see that this reaction rate is dependent on the temperature. Now with this concept, we'll go to the question again. So the option A says the concentration versus time plot is a straight line, and we have already seen this concentration versus time plot is a straight line. So option A is correct. Option B, which says increase in concentration of reacting species increases the rate of reaction. But we have seen that for a zero order reaction, the rate of reaction is independent of reacting species. So this statement is false. Option C, half-life depends on initial concentration and zero order rate constant. So here you can clearly see T half is equal to initial concentration by 2K, and the option says the same, so it is also correct. And the last option, which says rate of reaction depends on temperature, so it's true and it follows Arrhenius type relation. So option D is also true. But in the question it is asking which of the following is false. So only option B is the false one. So the right answer for this question will be option B. Thank you.